Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. We're going to talk about Garland's speech today. You know, since this whole thing started and the investigation began, I have been very cautious in being optimistic about it because there is a long running tradition in this country of protecting the institution of the presidency, of insulating it. There is cause for hope in the way the investigation is being conducted so far, starting with the little fish, medium-sized fish. Then theoretically, they would move to the bigger fish and then the catch of the day to complete it. His speech indicated that that is what they were doing, that they would hold people accountable at any level, whether or not they were at the Capitol or not. If they were involved, they were going to go after them. And that's good, but it is a speech. I won't become truly optimistic until we see big fish catch indictments that are actually related to the events of that day, not just for obstructing the process of the investigation or something like that, but those that are actually related to those events, or some just massive conspiracy charge being laid out that has room to move up. Those would be my signs that the institution of democracy has won out over the institution of the presidency. Until then, I'm very cautious in getting hopeful when it comes to seeing real accountability, that is rather pessimistic and very cynical of me. But it's important in the sense that if there isn't real accountability, it makes pulling back from the edge that much harder. So I don't think it's a good idea for people to just assume that DOJ is going to take care of everything. Because even if, ideal circumstances, they find the evidence and the facts lead them to the conclusion that many people believe, and there is real accountability for those in the administration, there's still a lot of work to be done. This country is close to bad things. And DOJ isn't the cure-all. That's accountability on that level. Sure, it would help, but that doesn't actually solve the problem of that many Americans being okay with the actions of that day. Because those actions take us down a road that's really bad. So I don't want to get optimistic. I won't become optimistic until I actually see it happening. Now, if his speech is 100% on the level, and that's the intent, good. And to be clear, his speech lines up with how this should work, with how it should happen, what he described as far as following the evidence in the way he said it. And the actions that have been taken thus far do line up with an attempt to get real accountability at the highest levels. But we don't know how far up they're actually going to go. And I'm not going to set myself up for the assumption that they're going to take care of it. Because the tradition of insulating the institution of the presidency from real scandal in this country it's very long running. It is very long running. I would hope that people understand, people who are making the decisions, understand that the institution of the presidency is kind of worthless without the institution of democracy in this country as we have it. And people can say and list out all of the problems that we have with democracy in this country, with the way this republic functions. And yeah, that's true. But understand, any chipping away of that makes those problems worse, not better. So it was a good speech. If it had been a politician making it, it would have been a good speech. That's something that would swing polls a point or two. Does it provide me any comfort? No. But honestly, nothing will. Nothing will until I see action at those levels. Because until then, we have that tradition that's out there, that desire to shield the Oval Office, to protect the image. And I until I see that overcome, I won't get my hopes up. I would love if I was proven to be too cynical here. But it's not something I'll hope for. It's not something I'm going to base any plans or strategy around. Because history says the institution of the presidency is worth protecting. I just hope they see the institution of democracy as worth protecting as well. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.